As part of Jenkins X installation, we will take the following steps: create a Kubernetes cluster, clone Jenkins X boot config repository, launch jxboot command. Let's get started. Let's create a Kubernetes cluster. We're going to start by running jx create cluster GKE command. We're going to pass arguments to the command, most important being the name of the cluster, jx-cluster. When you run the command, you will be prompted for selecting a cloud zone. As you can see, Google has zones all over the world. You should pick a one closest to you. We are looking for US West zone. So we find here US West 1A. We're going to select it. This command is going to take about 5 minutes to create a cluster. Create cluster command will end with output similar to this. Pay attention to the name of the cluster, the number of nodes in the cluster, and the status of the cluster. As you can see, the cluster is created and you're ready for the next steps. We will start by cloning Jenkins X boot config repository. You can see a bunch of files inside here. We are going to modify JX requirements. Let's add cluster name. Git environment owner name. GCP project name. And cloud zone name. Save the file. We are done with the configuration changes and ready to install Jenkins X. Let's install Jenkins X. Make sure you're inside Jenkins X boot config directory. Now we will launch jxboot command. This command will take user input to finish the installation. As a first set of input, it'll ask you to provide the Git user names for the approvers. So these people can act as pull request approvers. You can enter your Git ID here. You are seeing this warning as TLS is not enabled on this cluster. If it were a production installation, this would be the time to stop. However, in our example, we are going to continue. Enter Jenkins X admin user, password, Git username for the pipeline bot, email associated with the username, pipeline bot Git token, jxboot will print out the HMAC token. You can note it down for your reference since this is the only time you will see it. Hit enter. We will pick the default Docker registry. Notice Jenkins X will store the requirements inside Git repositories. Create the webhooks on those repositories. A successful jxboot command will end with output similar to this. You can see number of pods in running status. The installation is currently looking good message. You can also see the number of environments created by the installation. You can see there are 3 environments: development, staging, and production. You can see 3 source code repositories were created as part of the installation. That's all. You are now ready to use Jenkins X.